Hey everybody, Carm Capriato. It's another CarmCast. It's Wednesday, 12 noon. Where else would you rather be than right here, right now? Boy, I want to tell you something. First of all, share this with any friends that you have, because we're going to do some really heavy duty discussions today on the value and the power of training. I have with me Robert Dutch Silverstein from A&M Auto Service in Pineville, North Carolina. Hey, Dutch.
How are you, Carm? Glad to be here.
Man, I'm great. Thank you so much for being here. Let's go back a while back. I had Dutch on and we talked about this wonderful scholarship he put up for ADAS training, and he put up $4,000, and we had him on. We actually did a full length podcast. Well, what does Dutch do? He just kind of decides to top that and offer up a service advisor training class in Pineville, North Carolina, by bringing in Malin Newton. And when I found out about it, I said, there goes Dutch again, shaking the tree of the automotive aftermarket, doing something that I don't think anyone else that I know of has done. And I had to have him on because I want you to realize, as a shop owner out there, I want you to realize, as a contributing member of the automotive aftermarket, that you just don't wait for things to happen. You do things. Right, Dutch? So
Yeah.
why did you do this, my friend?
My desire is simply to have the industry improve. I want to promote the business model that I love, which is the relationship-based business model. And towards that end, I'm going to do everything that I can to ensure that the front of the house and the back of the house gets the training that's necessary in order to be able to offer that service. Simple.
I know it is simple. So you bring the trainer in, and that is a trend, Dutch, that I'm seeing. In fact, here in Buffalo, the last 2 nights, there was training from a shop owner who brought it in and offered up that training that he wanted to have for his people up to the local area. But in your particular case, you're doing the same thing, but you're also saying to people inside the industry from anywhere around the country, hey, listen, I'm going to put up X amount of these classes, and I'm going to pay for them. And I want to get you here, and I want you pay for your travel, you pay for your hotel, and I'll pay for the class. Do you think, if you think back to the ADAS scholarships that you offered, do you think you changed any paradigms of shop owners and technicians that they realized that the value of training?
You know, it's really difficult because I don't have any hard data. My sincerest hope is that I did. If I could have started people thinking about it differently, then it's been successful to some degree. I don't know. I haven't had anybody call me to say, hey, Dutch, because of what you did, I'm now sending my guys to ADAS training, or because, or this, that. I haven't seen that.
All right.
I'm planting the seed, Carm. That's all I'm
No
planting the
follow
seed.
through, but you're planting the seed. I love that. But in your gut, you feel right about this?
Oh, hell yeah. Without question. Just as soon as I would stand, walk, eat, or crap, this is what I do.
You are not the thing about many people do philanthropic things by giving things to their community, and ultimately they get a level of recognition. But for doing this, you don't gain any new customers. You don't have a revenue stream because of what you're doing.
No, there's nothing for me to gain out of this in that regard at all. There's there's no money that comes in my pocket, nothing that benefits me financially in any way. I'm just doing this for one reason, and that is, again, the love of the industry that has kept a roof over my head and food in my kids' mouths and allowed me to live a good life. I want to pay it back. I want to pay it forward because things are changing. And if you don't step up and embrace that change, if you're not willing to do that, you're going to get left behind. It's no different for ADAS as it is for service writer. It's the same thing. People are people, yes, and machines are machines, but technology changes in the machines, and technology has changed the way people deal with one another. You ever gone to a restaurant and you see a group of younger people and they're sitting this close, but they're texting, they're not talking. That means of communication. You didn't have that. People my age, you talk to somebody.
Yeah. So we need to spend time with trainers and in a networking group to realize, how do we communicate with the new world order that it's all about tech?
It's about tech, and it's about providing service in a world where service is not valued as much.
Yeah.
People value immediacy. You want to get something to eat? Go hit the cell phone, Grubhub. Here it is. You want to get your parts delivered to you from your hardware store? Bup, 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 bup. Here it is. You ever establish a relationship with that guy at the hardware store? No. He's nameless. He's faceless. He's just a guy who delivers the stuff to you. That's not my business. My business is people. I have to learn how to deal with people.
And so you picked service advisor training from Malin Newton, good friend of
Mhm,
mine. Glad to see Malin's coming out to the East Coast soon.
mhm.
And you, how far are people coming that you know of to the class?
Well, we've got owners coming from, I've got an owner from Kansas, from Massachusetts, from Florida, from New York State. They're coming from all over.
Wow, how wonderful! Now you promoted this through what, social media?
There's a Facebook group, the ASOG group, and
Okay.
then there's a group of individuals that are members there who are like-minded, thinking about relationship-based business model, and that group was actually put together, um, and those members are the ones that do it, that are attending.
That's wonderful. So the concept, everyone, that I think we all need to stop and think about and I know Dutch is so generous here in both the ADAS and the service advisor class. The concept here is bring the training to you.
Yeah, it's more economical if you think about it, right? Let's say that there's a great class that you want to attend with an industry known speaker, and he's many hours away. Well, now, and you have two service writers and yourself, and you're going to go to this school. You're either going to have to pay for airfare and hotel accommodations, meals, perhaps a training stipend for your crew when you get them. It gets to be really, really costly for three people. Well, now let's suppose, for example, that within a 30-mile radius of your shop, you could find two other shop owners that are like-minded, that have the very same goals and objectives in mind. Just two. Now, you know that if you're going to drive to work 45 minutes, it's not going to be that big of a deal. So you find a centralized location, and these three shop owners, who can be, again, 30 miles apart, right, or 30 minutes apart, they're not taking one another's customers. They bring in that instructor, and they let them teach. And now you save airfare and you save hotel because your employees are living there, right? And it also selfishly kind of reduces the chance for excuses. I can't go because I don't get on airplanes since 9/11, or long car rides make me really car sick. I just can't do it, or I got to rake my lawn. That kind of eliminates that. Hey, it's local, it's industry acknowledged expert is coming in to improve our business and your life. There's no excuses for not attending.
So this so you're doing this for you, the benefit of your business, but when you thought large about it, you realized that I could do this for other people in the industry. Now, how many people did you pay for the scholarship? About a dozen?
Right now, there are 14 others, and then me and my two, so 17 total.
Wow. Okay. What kind of challenge does this industry need to hear from you in order to do a little bit more of this?
My hope is that I kind of lead by example, because I think my shop is representative of a lot of shops. I'm not a $2 million a year shop. I'm not, I just want to lead by example and say, hey, look, if this guy in Pineville, North Carolina, borders on Charlotte, if he can do it, why shouldn't I do it? I mean, it makes sense to not spend the money for travel and hotels. So yeah, we can get training. And because typically everybody knows everyone within a certain geographic area, you're working with your friends that are shop owners. Bring the training in. Plus, that gives more one-on-one time, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Because if somebody wants to stay later because of on a Sunday, for example, well, they don't have to worry about running to the airport, jumping on a flight, and taking off. They can hang out, and the instructor can stay and talk, address their circumstances, help them.
Yeah, I love your concept about one-on-one, and I think that's important. service advisor training here in Buffalo this past spring, and a shop brought it in and decided to invite his other friends in the industry,
Mhm.
competitors, but not competitors, if you will, because we're all in this thing together. There's enough business for everyone in concept. It was packed. And the beauty of it is I attended and I watched what was going on. There was an awful lot of one-on-one stuff going on with the instructor and the team that was there. So I think it's a trend as far as bringing people in locally that you've done, but it's above and beyond the Call of Duty, Dutch, that you would have paid for up to 14 additional scholarships for that. And for that, again, my hat's off to you. Thank you so much for doing that, and let this serve as a challenge to the rest of the industry. And and the reason that I say that it's a valuable challenge and or a lesson is everyone knows that there's not enough training being done. We've got the trainers, but the butts in the seats are in many times in the diagnostic and technology technician side. It's the same butts every time. And then when we go out and hold a business management or a service advisor training, out of the potential that there could have been 20 in the class, there's 6 or 7.
Yeah.
And we're disappointed as an industry to see, and let me throw the word out, apathy for people not recognizing that power and that value. And the service counter, Dutch, that's where the gold's made.
Yeah, I don't care how good you could have. I have some talented techs that work for me, and as good as they are, they can't use their skills and abilities unless I do my job up front or my writers do their job up front. Otherwise, it's just wasted talent. So you have to be able to present the information to your client so that they can make the best decision for them and then properly execute that. And the way to execute it is through the guys in the back of the house, working in tandem with the guys in the front of the house. Everybody wins.
Yeah. Hey, thanks for doing this. Thank you,
Of
thank you,
course.
thank you. Hey, Lucas, that's the cleanest I've ever seen The Office, Dutch.
You can't see below the
Excellent,
desk, Lucas.
excellent,
It's
excellent. And Kevin Eckler says you stand-up guy who is modeling great leadership. How cool is that? Well,
yeah.
thank you all so much. Appreciate it. Listen, Dutch Silverstein, A&M Auto Service, Pineville, North Carolina. Thank you again for doing this and setting the bar pretty damn high.
Well, it's my pleasure to do it. There's going to be more coming next year. We're just starting.
How cool is that? All right, challenge
All
is
right.
out. Thank you, everyone. CarmCast number 47. Talk to you later.
Take care. Thank you. Bye-bye.